Good evening, my name is Kaila Lim. I'm a second-year undergraduate student majoring in economics and minoring in statistics. We all have goals we want to achieve in life, whether it be getting into better shape, getting better grades, or even securing a job. And they all start very specific and actionable. We set goals for a specific amount of weight we want to bench. We set goals for a particular grade we want to attain in that class. We set goals for a certain title or position of which we want in that company. We set them ourselves. But when it comes down to actually getting those things done, there is a far better way to approach it than to just set a goal. That's through a system. Now there's a very clear, distinct difference between a goal and a system, so I'll provide you with 3 great examples to help you get the idea. So a goal for a soccer coach would be to win a championship, but his system would be what the team does at practice every day. It's what the kids kick the ball into the goal, have the goalie block the ball, pass the soccer ball. That's your system. If you were a writer, the goal would be to write a book, but the system would be your writing schedule for the week. How many pages of dialogue can you type up to help develop the characters? How many pages a night can you type up? If you were a runner, the goal would be to run a marathon. And your system would be your workout plan for the week. So you can kind of get the idea of this goal versus systems and how if you have a system, you actually achieve your goal along the way and you keep going. I want you to keep this question in mind. If you completely ignored your goal and only focused on the system, would you still get results? The thing about goals is that they actually reduce current happiness. Because when you set a goal, you're essentially saying to yourself that you're not good enough, but you will be when you reach your goal. That you're not good enough, but you will be when you can run at least 3 miles. That you're not good enough, but you will be when you can type up at least 4 chapters. We teach ourselves to constantly postpone happiness until the next milestone is achieved. And we do it all the time. We place a heavy burden on our shoulders when we choose a goal. So the solution is to focus on the process, is to focus on the system rather than the goal. Because if you focus on how to get there, you'll get there eventually. If you focus on a daily practice rather than the entire performance, you're able to live in the moment, be happy, celebrate, and improve all at the same time. It's a win-win-win-win all across the board. Another thing about goals is that they're actually, and strangely, at odds with long-term progress. A lot of people think that if you have a goal, it'll keep you pushing and it'll keep you moving forward. But that's not always true. Let's look at the most recent Rutgers Marathon, the Unite Marathon. I have friends and I know several students who trained really hard to cross that checkered finish line. And when they did cross that finish line Sunday morning, they stopped working out. They stopped eating healthier, and they stopped really caring for their bodies. So now that you've attained your goal, you stopped trying, what's left to keep you pushing? It puts you into this yo-yo effect of having a goal and not having a goal, and your cycle creates it so difficult to maintain anything long term. Now, I'm a huge outdoor track runner. I love running outside. It's stress relieving. I get to feel the wind, feel the sun, hear the nature. Last week, I was doing my workout, 10 200-meter reps. I was on my second to last rep, and I felt a twinge in my left knee. It wasn't painful, it wasn't an injury. It was just an indicator that I was feeling fatigued towards the end of my workout. So for a minute or two, I really thought, should you push for this last 100-meter rep, Kaila, or should you give it a rest? But I reminded myself that I plan to stay very actively fit for the rest of my life, and I plan to keep on running, so I called it a day. If I had a goal-based mentality, and I set the goal that afternoon that, Kaila, you are gonna run 200 meters today, 10 200-meter reps, and I only ran 9, I'd walk home feeling so pathetic, feeling like a failure. But I attained a systems-based mentality, which means I had no trouble moving on. Because I know that today I may have ran 9, but tomorrow I can push for 11, or I can run 10 the next day and the next day. I will stay committed to my well-designed process of how I will keep on running. And sure, goals are great. They provide you with some short-term push, and they're great for direction, and they're great for planning progress. But it is the systems that are critical for actually making the progress. And in the long term, it's a well-designed system that'll always win. And it is the commitment to that system which you design that makes all the difference. Thank you.